yourself in, but they are ruthless, hungry and in power again.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Henry Kissinger is Pokemon Going to Die, Not a Threat.
Just a fact.
I'm Matt, aka Goku. Yes, that's it. My name is Goku this week. I'm Goku. It's me, Goku.
Goku is my dad.
Goku is who I want to be, other than the fact that he's a shitty dad. He nuts in your mom once and then dies. And then you get raised by Piccolo instead.
Which is good.
Yeah, that was actually a favor he did.
Yeah.
It was a favor he did to Gohan, was having him be raised by Piccolo.
He knew what was best for his son at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'm Roy, aka Apolitical Justice Ace Attorney.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's a good place to fucking start this shit out.
Jesus.
So, Pete Buttigieg...
Good old Petey.
...wants to change the Supreme Court so it is 5 appointed Democrat judges, 5 appointed Republican judges, and 5 apolitical judges?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
the
political is the personal, so jot that down. Second of all, politics is inherent to our state of being for most people, including him.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna, like, just not realize the fact that identity politics factors into, like, half of your appeal? Let's be real here, Pete. I mean, there's some pretty shitty candidates for Democrat, and he is probably in like, the upper half of the, like, 22 people running.
Which isn't saying much.
Which is not saying much, because the field is mostly garbage.
Yeah, that's damning with faint praise if I ever heard it.
Yeah, when Mike Gravel is one of the best people running, you know there's kind of an issue.
Oh,
but
God,
we'll get into Mike
years.
Gravel more a little later.
Yeah.
Probably. We'll see.
Yeah.
Future episode kind of stuff. Because I feel like his whole thing requires a deep dive.
Yeah. He's his own animal.
But yeah, the internet is extremely normal this week.
The internet has been supremely regular just kind of the past few days.
Yeah, so...
Like, not exploding or anything.
I like that there's 2 separate stories about YouTube on our docket this week, so I guess that's where we're fucking starting.
I guess so. Where else are you gonna go?
Yeah, I mean, it is, like, the center of the internet, and where kids exist probably in the highest concentrations outside of, like, a Fortnite server. And... yeah, YouTube's algorithms right now are essentially just, like, out of, like, sexual videos, are creating, like, recommended video playlists that are, like, people's home movies with kids in them.
Yeah.
So, that's fucking normal as hell.
Yeah, that's just regular programming. Just kind of a byproduct of, you know, how programming works, I guess.
Yeah, so, like, yeah, pictures, like, the article that we're reading was from the New York Times earlier this week. It was, like, a 10-year-old daughter posting a video of her and her friend playing, like, with bathing suits in their backyard, and then it ticked up to over 400,000 views.
Kind of a lot.
Yeah, because it was... yeah, it had begun... yeah, it was basically just based on... the algorithm kind of directing them there based on what they were watching, which presumably was like some kind of degenerate anime.
Yeah.
The thing is that anime degenerates are the worst thing on the internet, because they are the root of all evil.
That is true. I was talking about that with some friends of mine a couple of weeks ago, because I realized that one of the YouTube anime community's biggest degenerates is from right where I live.
Oh,
which is
goody.
Cool and fun. Yeah, you gotta love it.
I'm just remembering there was this, like, old image, like, posted on, like, I want to say, like, 2011 Tumblr, and it was, like, a Venn diagram intersection of Reddit, 9gag, and 4chan, and the dead center of it said the new reactionary movement.
Yeah.
And that is the most spot-on any internet post has ever been. Although 4chan and 9gag did not merge to form 13chag.
Which is unfortunate.
which is unfortunate because both of those things need to not exist anymore. You ever think about like image sharing communities like of the long forgotten?
Yeah.
Like we're two of the older people on this one. Remember fucking Funny Junk?
Oh my god.
Okay, so the thing about Funny Junk is that it still exists, and the people who still use it are really mad that it is not recognized as some kind of like bastion foreground of internet humor.
That sounds
And it's
about
so
right.
fucking funny. It's all the same thing happens with E-Bombs World. People who
I was going to
use-
bring up E-Bombs
Yeah.
World. Jesus Christ.
Hey, remember how Neil Cicierega made a song about E-Bombs World sucking? And then someone wrote parody lyrics of it, talking about how Neil Cicierega sucks, and then Neil Cicierega released that as like a new version of the song, essentially just making fun of himself.
Neil Cicierega is the only good person.
He's a fucking gift. I'm so glad that his time on the internet has led pretty much entirely to good things. Like, there's a
Yeah.
little bit of, like, you know, edginess in his early internet stuff.
I mean, yeah, but
But, like, he was, like, 14. You can give him a pass
Exactly.
for that.
yeah.
He's been extremely online from a young age, and as we all know, that completely ruins your brain and turns it into pudding. The other YouTube thing is just talking about everyone's favorite reactionary and, like, the fourth most recognized person who played Brain on Arthur. And that's, I almost called him Troy Crowder, who's, like, a local conservative politician, but it's Steven Crowder.
Yeah, Stephen Creven.
Stephen Creven.
Yeah.
So he has been doing, like, just tons of... I mean, his usual shit. Like,
Yeah.
his main thing that he got popular for was that there are two genders, change my mind thing.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Funny
became a
meme
funny meme that people
Yeah.
used, which was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like, just taking a reactionary and, like, using his reactionary bullshit
Yeah.
to make a meme. Because we all love memes about like, literal Nazis being around.
Yeah. My favorite, personally.
Yeah, so Steven, he was in a feud with Vox writer and video host Carlos Maza,
Yeah.
and like all his posts on Twitter are tagged like Vox Adpocalypse or something, because I think like the right wing chuds are trying to get like Vox to like lose all its ad revenue or something, which is really like,
Yeah.
and then of course these people are very much against the idea of the Vox staff like successfully unionizing, so we're like chuds in the mention of any posts about the Vox union, which like they have ratified an agreement which is just waiting to be signed, so fucking good on Vox.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dudes. It's
Yeah,
union
dude.
time, bitch. Let's go! Now we just gotta hope that every industry can successfully follow suit. Unionize literally everything.
Please.
So yeah, essentially, Crowder, like, he calls... I don't even know... It's a lispy Q word. I don't want to say it,
Yeah.
because I'm a straight. I'm not allowed.
Yeah. I don't want to say it, and I am that, so, like...
Yeah, so, like, that he's been calling him that, and then, like, directing chuds towards his videos, and, like, trying to dox him. So, like, you know, targeted homophobic harassment. Like, direct shit. And
yeah.
YouTube,
and
said it was...
said, this is fine, actually.
Yeah, this is fine. This doesn't break our terms of service.
Yeah.
And then people
This
would,
is
like...
normal, and we love it, actually.
People screenshotted the actual terms of service, and it's like, this
Yeah.
is clearly... And, like, the only thing that they did was demonetize him, and
Yeah.
even then they said that they would stop demonetizing him if he stopped linking to his t-shirts that he sells, which is, like, the God Hates F asterisk GX... GS, sorry, which he says is like it hates fakes.
Which is a cool, funny joke that I definitely haven't heard since I was about 12, maybe?
Yeah, well, no, that's the saying. And then, of
Yeah.
course, like, some chuds were, like, trying to be like the fig tree in the Bible that no longer bears fruit. They were trying to, like that's, like, an old biblical parable, and they were trying to be, oh, no, it's just a reference to this. And it's like, sure,
Yeah,
buddy.
okay.
Yeah, that sounds really realistic. And so the chuds are all really mad that that Steven Crowder got demonetized. And this is where I found out that right-wing YouTubers aren't just automatically demonetized whenever they upload everything, which is how every single left-wing YouTuber has been treated for years. Like,
I know
anytime...
how that works.
Yeah, anytime that Even More News, Some More News, rather, that's the YouTube channel, Even More News is the podcast... anytime they put up a video, they're just immediately demonetized. Anytime, right away. And this has not been the case for right-wing YouTubers, and I didn't realize this until, like, chuds were getting super mad about him getting demonetized, and of course they called it deplatforming because they're disingenuous.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want him to suggest... Yeah, they don't want him to say his opinion. It's like, dude, every single LGBT creator on YouTube has been demonetized since they introduced demonetizing.
Yeah.
Because it's considered an adult topic.
Yeah.
No matter how you're discussing it, it's an adult topic and thus is not adequate for monetization. Like, that is how YouTube has treated them the whole time. But of course, this, like, equivalence is not something that they have, that they care about. Like, they know it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
They just love to be mad about this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's bad when it happens to them because it's them, but it's good when it happens to us because it's us.
Yeah, and, like, in Pride Month of all months?
I mean, this tracks with just kind of how YouTube is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, remember, like, was it last year or the year before that they were, like, going around and, like, wasn't it Pride Month when they, like, introduced that algorithm, that bit of the algorithm, where, like, if you say any word of gay in your video titles, like, that's when you'll get demonetized?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think that was, like, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because, they pretty much since they introduced demonetization, that's how it's been.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what year it happened because it's been, like, the last 4 years have taken place. It's been in the last year, so.
Yeah, but it is at least Pride Month. And
it is Pride Month.
You know what? I haven't had my own Pride as a straight. So I think I'm just going to go to Boston and join up with the straight Pride Parade.
I think it's about time that the straights got their own parade. I think it's about time for somebody to advocate on behalf of the straight community, quote unquote.
As if the straight Pride Parade doesn't already exist in Boston whenever the New England Patriots win the Super Bowl.
As if the straight Pride Parade doesn't exist anytime there is a parade. Like,
as if the straight Pride Parade doesn't exist every time the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade happens. Like, if there's any parade that's straight, it's probably that one.
Yeah.
And, like, when the Boston Bruins win the Stanley Cup, that's going to be a straight Pride Parade right there, right through the downtown.
Oh, my God. Do you hear they got Funny Milo to be their Grand Marshal?
Which, like, okay, first of all, nobody cares about Milo Yiannopoulos anymore.
Remember
like,
when
nobody
he did
cares.
pedophilia?
Yeah, he just like, he loves it and defends it.
And he disappeared for a
while.
while.
Now I have to find that post on Tumblr. There's a post on Tumblr where someone just roasts his outfit in, like, a series of reblogs, and they just keep going.
Yeah.
And it's a really good one, because he's wearing, like, some My Chemical Romance ass shit, and it looks so fucking bad.
Oh my God.
Milo Yola Tango couldn't decide whether 2006 Gerard Way or Tie Belt Guy had the better style advice, so he just went with both. Next time you go to your night job as an extra in a Killers video, you might want to change out of your Ronald McDonald cosplay shoes.
Oh my God.
I didn't realize they were casting a live-action Gundam movie. Homeboy looking like an anime villain from the second episode. Daniel Phantom looking ass. Ivan Drago's neat son.
I'm fine with this being the episode.
He just looks like he plays Battleborn. Ready for the Muse concert.
Oh no.
Jared Leto went way too overboard with the Joker makeup.
Oh my God.
Bayonetta 2 alternate ending where you leave Jean to rot in hell. God, it's really good.
Yep. Oh my God.
There's so many more of them.
Oh,
I didn't know that. Okay, sorry, no, I have to say this one. This is the last one. I didn't know they had Hot Topics in Westeros and that they let Targaryens in.
Oh God.
Patrick's gonna hate that one. So yeah,
that's on them for being a Targaryen loyalist.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, they had Brad Pitt on as, like, the mascot of the Straight Pride Parade, and then he's like, actually, fuck this.
Yeah.
So good on Brad Pitt, I guess.
Yeah. Thanks for doing the minimum effort that you should do.
Yeah. I'm sure there's other reasons Brad Pitt sucks, but I can't think of any off the top of the head. So
yeah, I don't feel like digging for it right now.
No, it just, who has the fucking energy?
Honestly.
Honestly, I barely even have the energy to do this podcast a lot of the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, we don't need to go looking for more things to be mad at, given the number of mad.
Yeah.
The amount of internet, the terminal case of internet mad that we have all caught.
My severe case of internet mad.
Sorry, can't come into work today.
Dear manager.
Absolutely not. No thank you. Can't do it.
Yep. Oh, God.
So, yeah. And my favorite thing is that they made a post saying that their parade route was approved, which, like, it wasn't. It was essentially just, it was brought in, it was accepted by the office for consideration.
Yeah.
Because essentially everything has to go through, like, a logistics, it has to go through, like, a logistics test. To see if it's, like, based on, like, traffic patterns that day, based on, like, what other events are happening in the city. They basically have to run this through logistics, because a parade is, like, a fucking ton of traffic disruption.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the amount of planning for a city like Boston, which is already a traffic hell nightmare.
Ugh.
Like, but no, my favorite thing about the route that they had is that it, like, started in the center of the city and then just went to the sea. So I like to imagine that they're all just throwing themselves into the ocean.
They're getting chased into the ocean by the Red Bull, like in Funny, The Last Unicorn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The other nugget, of course, being that I think it was Mark Sahadi, the guy who was trying to run it, is like a fucking neo-Nazi, naturally.
Yeah, he is literally very much a neo-Nazi.
He's under the moniker of Super Happy Fun America. He had previously organized and attended events, some of which have turned violent, as a leader of the Boston chapter of a group called Resist Marxism, which is a front for a far-right group.
Yep.
So, yeah, like, most of the things he's run, like, have been, like, free speech rallies that have been full of Nazis.
Ugh.
And, man, speaking of Nazis...
Speaking of Nazis...
Fucking fresh off the presses from Detroit today, there was, like, armed Nazi protesters in Detroit today at the same time as their Pride Parade. Like, just fully armed guys wearing Nazi uniforms, waving Nazi flags, with a fucking police escort.
It's 2019, baby.
Oh, and Stephanie has said that the Vancouver Canucks trashing their city was a straight Pride Parade, because they did that when they lost the Stanley Cup Finals.
Wow.
So that's another one.
That's valid.
That's so valid. And of course, the Toronto Raptors, when they inevitably defeat the villains Golden State Warriors, are absolutely going to burn Toronto to the ground, but like a celebratory riot. Because the boardman gets paid.
The boardman gets paid.
Buckets!
I missed something. What was going on with all of that?
Okay, so the thing with Boardman Gets Paid is it was someone describing how Kawhi Leonard plays.
Okay.
Because he's really fucking good. Lore. Yeah, he's really fucking good. But he, like, doesn't show emotion and he's really socially awkward. So, like, he would just, like, make a shot and he would turn back to his teammates, no expression on his face, just say, bucket. It's like, how you doing that shot? Boardman gets paid. And,
That's
like,
what you do.
This is just what he says. And now I cannot, like, it's my permanent think-a-phrase. It's, like, lodged into my head like a tracking beacon.
It's so
it's just
good.
Boardman gets paid. Boardman gets paid. Because the thing about the Boardman is that he gets paid. Sorry, I'm real sports this week.
What can I say except Boardman gets paid?
Boardman gets paid. It's better to talk about than the fucking Nazis at the Pride rally. I didn't even say the kicker. The kicker isn't that they had a police escort. The kicker is that they had a police escort, and the police escort were wearing Pride pins.
I love that.
This is why we don't let cops. This is why we shouldn't let cops into Pride.
This is why we shouldn't let cops.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, again, I kind of recuse myself from the decision making here as a straight, but I feel like as a not white...
Well, I'll make the decisions because I'm not a straight, so take my word for it, yeah.
I can also just say as a not white, let's just, like, we don't need to encourage cops being around Pride at all, especially when they're literally encouraging Nazis.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
Anyway, back to sports. It's the Women's World Cup this week. Like, it's the start of the Women's World Cup.
All right.
And I just wanted to, like, give a shout out to the U.S. women's national team, even though they're going to lose to Canada, and Christine Sinclair is going to beat the all-time goals record set by Abby Wambach of the U.S. national team, formerly of the U.S. national team. They did, like, a huge protest where they all like, essentially left their leagues at the same time in protest of unfair wages. Because, like, women's soccer, like, if you win the Women's World Cup... Yeah, sorry, I did not say soccer at the start. I was talking about soccer. If you win the Women's World Cup, you get paid less than someone who gets knocked out in the round of 16 in the Men's World Cup.
Sounds about right.
And, like, the viewership is lower, but it's not, like, that much lower. Like, the pay gap is absolutely obscene. And, like, it's not even just viewership. Like, they still, like, sell out the majorities of their stadiums.
Yeah, like, should the viewership even matter? I don't, like...
Yeah, well, it's like, you think it would be more on ticket sales. Because, like, ad buys are so fucking nebulous anyway.
Yeah.
And, like, the Nielsen scale is a fucking large-scale perpetuated fraud.
Yeah.
There's like 5 Nielsen boxes, and everyone who has them is your grandma, and they're just entirely watching nothing but Big Bang Theory reruns. Like, the Nielsen box is bullshit.
Oh, God.
And yeah, so shouts out to the U.S. women's national team. If you do end up beating Canada, I'll be very sad, but I'll still be happy for you. Because, of course, I gotta cheer for Canada. Canada's men's national team is only making a World Cup because we're going to be co-hosting it.
Wow.
In 2026 with the U.S. and Mexico.
Kind of years away, huh?
Unless Trump collapses North America before 2026, which, like, not unlikely.
Yeah, so never mind.
Yeah. I mean, he will be out of office by then unless he destroys term limits near the end of his second term and runs for a third one. Would not surprise me at all.
Yeah. I mean,
so yeah, the Nazis in Detroit story was like, it's pretty fresh. I haven't seen like a super ton on it.
Yeah, even I haven't, and I'm I'm a
yeah.
gay,
Well, it's
I haven't seen it, so
I don't think there had been much mainstream reporting about it yet.
That sounds about right.
Just because like it was just people at the events posting about it.
Yeah. Yep.
Speaking of international women's sport, we got there was a ruling on the Caster Semenya case, which we've brought up a couple of times.
Yeah, and this is good.
Yeah, it was actually a good ruling for once. A Swiss court suspended the IAAF ruling that said that Caster Semenya had to take testosterone blockers.
Yep.
Because, like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid. Because, like, they always use, like the natural ability of a person as like the paramount in international sport. And then they're like, one of their hugest arguments against doping in general is like you're doing like unforeseen effects to the human body. Let's put this person on T blockers despite the fact that like it could have unforeseen consequences to their body.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's, like, the whole thing with Michael Phelps. His body literally just produces less lactic acid than a normal human, and that's why he has won as many medals himself as the country of India.
I mean, he's Michael Phelps.
He's Michael fucking Phelps. He smokes weed and eats 8 Subway sandwiches and then goes the fuck to sleep. And I kind of respect that, even though, yeah, it means he's won more medals than the entire country of India from which my family hails.
I mean, if all you have to do is eat Subway and smoke a lot of weed, then Fallon should be having a lot of medals.
When are we going to get Fallon the wife medals?
That's the HKIP wife.
Yeah, no, it's the HKIP wife of online.
Yeah, internet wife.
So much better than Cliff wife. It's Fallon wife.
Yeah.
We're here.
Come on. Yeah. I have this article up about the Swiss ruling, and the IAAF is like, pitching a fit about like we're gonna reverse their decision and blah blah blah, and they have all these quotes here, and it says the IAAF defended its new rules, saying it is quote unquote convinced there are some contexts, sport being one of them, where biology has to trump identity, which is just kind of a very Reddit thing to say when you think about it. When you say it and read it and look at it,
it's like you go in to tip your fedora, and then the fedora multiplies, and then like keeps forming a stack of fedoras that go and just obliterate your fucking ceiling. And that's my ruling. Got him. Did get him.
We're
fucking burning through these stories.
Yeah.
So we could just keep fucking going. You want to talk about teachers?
Yeah, let's talk about teachers.
Let's talk about some fucking teachers. West Virginia Senate passes sweeping education bill to ban teachers' strikes. Because we know that the thing that's best for students and best for the teachers who teach those students
is to have lousy working conditions.
Is to have lousy working conditions and then bar them from collective action.
Yeah.
There's something that's always struck me as super weird about the idea of there being illegal strikes.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of the fucking point?
Yeah.
Like, if someone were to go on an illegal strike and then police presence were called at them, I feel like that would go worse for them than if the strikes were legal. Like, right? Like, it's like, it seems like it's more of a pressing situation. I mean, I guess the kicker is that no one should want to or have to face police violence directly. And, like, I get it. But, like, just do some illegal strike action. It's good as hell.
You got nothing to lose. But you're
really, they don't.
So, yeah.
Like, I'm always fucking baffled hearing how little teachers are paid in the states in general, but especially states like West Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're not even, like, clearing $20,000 half the time.
Yeah.
Which is insane, because I get paid, like, double that to type tax returns into a computer.
Jesus.
This is something that requires very little of me. And teaching, like, I know so many, well, it's like, I'm from a family of teachers, but, like, I'm from a family of teachers somewhere where you can conceivably make six figures as a high school teacher.
Jesus.
Because, like, up until, like, the recent government, there's always been strong support for, like, the teachers union. The current government's trying to, like, claw stuff back, like, make class sizes larger and reduce, like, students' bargaining rights in universities and reduce collective bargaining rights for teachers. Like, the last time a progressive conservative government, which is what they call themselves, which is really funny, was in power in Ontario, there was, a large work stoppage, and I was out of school for, like, 3 weeks.
Wow.
Because, like, this is what happens when, like, the large cuts happen, is that strike action ends up being called, because there's a lot of fucking teachers.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, it's such a large labor force. And that's why, like, I've been so glad watching, like, the West Virginia teachers and the Oklahoma teachers, like, force their strike actions, because they know they're a big force. And if we could get, like, something like sympathy strikes going, get fucking air traffic controllers back in, because they are clearly the most fearless union of all time.
Yeah.
Like, Reagan fucking destroyed them once, and now they're like, you want to fucking go again? And that's why air traffic controllers are braver than any U.S. Marine.
Someday it'll be the teachers. My favorite thing about this is there's a quote from one of the state senators who says, "I get sick of hearing about how bad West Virginia schools are. This is a start. I feel we have to start someplace. We need to stop sitting on our hands. Starting over again isn't the right thing to do. We have to start someplace by banning teacher strikes."
Yeah, I don't know how they think that's going to make it better. I mean, honestly, half the time when a Republican passes, like, just, like, a transparently evil legislation, my first suggestion is to think that they're just stupid. But, like, this is ideological warfare. That's what it fucking is.
Yeah, I mean,
like, that's what it's always been in the South.
Yeah.
Like, it's never been stupid. Like, the guys in Alabama passing, like, all the abortion laws and all that, it's like, they're not stupid. They know exactly what they're passing. It's
they do. Speaking as a South, like, having grown up around all this, they know exactly what the fuck they're doing. And, like, anybody who says, like, oh, they're just, they don't know what they're doing. They're just, doing it for the sake of doing it, It's like, no, they're not. They know they have a plan.
And, of course, like, bougie liberals always want to write off red states for that reason.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, there are so many just completely disenfranchised working class white and black voters in these states that if you were to offer them something and were, like, committed to helping them keep their ability to vote, like, electoral politics is a fucking sham, but at least do politics.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is Democrats are deadly afraid of ever doing politics.
Yeah, I don't understand it. They are, like,
they don't have the excuse that the NDP has here. That's the New Democratic Party, which are, like, lefty-ish, like, social democrats.
Yeah.
But their acronym is just Never Do Politics. Like, they have it built right into their name. They're the Never Do Politics Party. And even they've released like an actual election platform for our election happening this year. And it's pretty good so far, so they might actually start doing politics. So what the fuck's the Democrats' excuse?
There is no platform.
Yeah, it's just the removal of platforms.
Yeah.
Like, half the Democrats that are in should be trying to primary Trump.
Yeah,
Like, run as a Republican.
Half the Democrats that are in are Republicans with just a D next to their name.
Yeah, like...
Everybody's in for themselves.
There's a really good Some More News video that Cody Johnson put out that's just saying, Joe Biden, you should just go primary Trump. His policies are so just 80s Republican.
Yeah.
It's just like the Overton windows shifted so far that, like, the former liberal Republicans are all just Democrats now.
Yeah.
And of course, they're all just, business parties.
Yeah. Everyone's business. Everyone's best friend business.
Everyone's best friend business.
The best friend of business.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so
that's
tired,
really
Matt.
what it boils down.
I'm just so tired of, like, this country and everything that's been happening. And
Yeah. Hey, remember how there was a fucking mass shooting near you? Like a week and a half ago?
Remember how there was a fucking mass shooting? Right, like, literally, okay, so the shooting was, I don't want to get into, like, super huge details, but it was literally right in the municipal center where I work sometimes at the law library. It was like, it was like walking distance from there. And the municipal center is also, like, around the corner, maybe 6 minutes from my parents' house where I grew up, and right across a field from the building that used to be my high school. So this is all literally my backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. I'm, like, I don't want to say that I'm glad it wasn't, like, yet another white nationalist alt-right, I'm gonna make a point shooter, but it's fucking sucks, and there's no excuse for it. And, it's... Being that I am an employee of the city, I was really scared for a little while because it happened right as the law library would have been closing.
Yeah, so it would have been like right when you would be walking out of it.
Yeah, and my shifts when I work there on Fridays are usually 12:30 to 4:30. So I would have been getting out right then. Yeah, and I was really nervous for, like, the people that I work with down there because I didn't know how they were doing until, until the next day, like, late the next day.
Yeah, because it took a while to get updates on it, I remember.
Oh, yeah. And
because I guess, it's just, like, it's so fucking normal now that no one even bothers reporting on them anymore.
Exactly.
Which is fucked up.
It's so fucked up. And, but just, given that I'm a city employee, the people, all but one person who died were also city employees. The one person who wasn't was a contractor for the city. So basically...
Yeah. So someone who should be a city employee, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
But needs a union.
Yeah. So it's just, there was... Everybody at my work was kind of... We were all rightfully shaken up by it. Fallon just today had to do a delivery to the funeral of one of the victims.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, so it's just kind of affecting everybody. It's really, like, it's... I had kind of for a long time been like, I know, like, I just knew something like this was going to happen around here.
Yeah.
And it was a matter of when and not if. And now that it has happened, it's like, it's weird how different it is than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it would be a lot more, like, heated and a lot more discourse that I would have to be involved in on a day-to-day basis, but it kind of hasn't really.
Was it someone like, was it your mayor who said something about it afterwards? Or was it like, okay, what was that again? It was like they weren't going to pass any gun control measures, basically.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was something that you'd posted, I thought.
Was it? Well, I know he posted, he made a video that was just like, this shouldn't have happened. And it was just like, kind of a blanket statement. But let me look at, let me get onto the city's website, which I have access to because of employment.
Nice.
You ever have a job?
Yeah. I mean, for another week because I've been getting contracts.
Well,
and all I work is contracts. And my contract extensions right now, as they've been happening, have been either 1 week or 2 weeks.
Oh boy.
So they extend me by that much at a time, and I find out the Wednesday before I stop if I'm getting extended.
Wow.
So I'm having a real fucking normal one over here.
That's cool. I mean, while it lasts, you gotta love having a job, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it pays decently.
But, let me see. I don't know, I can't find anything. If I sit here and look for it, it's gonna take forever.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the mayor or the governor or something like that, but it was posted up in one of the Discord threads. So
yeah, probably.
Finding it would be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, but I did just want to plug the website where you can donate to, all the donations are going to go 100% to the victims and their families.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, which is
make
good.
sure to put that in. Just put that in the doc, so I remember to post it with the episode.
I will do that. It is, and in case either of us forget, it's the website is loveforvb.com.
Got it.
That is good and cool. It's got a big picture of our enormous hunky King Neptune statue that we have at the ocean front.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Yeah, dude.
Why can't we replace all Confederate statues?
Dude, I wish.
Man,
oh my
that
God.
reminds someone. I don't remember which wrestler it was, but there was a city that was putting up like a statue of a wrestler that was from there. What if all cities just had a statue of a wrestler that's from there? This is what Vince McMahon should be doing with his money, instead of his wife working for Trump.
Oh man.
Well, formerly, I think
world.
she quit.
Well,
man, you want to hear something fucking fun?
What's that?
So Canada has an election this year.
Does Canada just always have an election? I feel like
we have elections at different levels at different times.
I gotcha.
And as it stands in Ontario right now, the municipal election, the provincial election, and the federal election all happen at different years. So more or less, yes, we are always having an election. It's even worse when minority governments come into play because we have more than two parties. So you can be the governing party without having a majority of seats, as long as you strike a deal with someone. So basically, a conservative MP, member of parliament, so that's federal, posted a link to something from the Fraser Institute, which is a conservative think tank.
Okay.
About so I'll post her tweet. Bottom line is there is no solid connection between climate change and the major indicators of extreme weather, despite Trudeau's claims to the contrary. The continual claim of such a link is misinformation employed for political and rhetorical purposes. So we just got straight up climate denial from the party that will probably win. Because,
I love that.
Because the governing party is milquetoast liberals who suck, and the left party just can never get momentum because everyone sucks, and people vote conservatives whenever the liberals fuck up.
I really love just how not concerned about the climate everybody
Oh yeah,
is.
well it's like the Ontario government, which was elected roughly a year ago, they spent the entire last weekend doing photo ops. So every conservative member of provincial parliament had to go to a convenience store that's near their riding. Okay? They had to go to the fridges.
Okay.
They had to pose for a picture with the fridge, making some kind of gesture saying,
They have to JoJo pose in front of the fridge. Yeah.
And then they had to make a tweet about why isn't there beer in our corner stores?
Okay.
Because you can't buy beer in corner stores here because there's a government-enforced monopoly on beer sales. I don't agree with the existing system as it stands because essentially what happened is we had a liquor control board who sold all alcohol. All alcohol had to be bought by this one government agency. They could do all the purchasing universally by themselves, and then they handle all the sales. It was a little more expensive than the States, but it was a lot cheaper than provinces that had private alcohol sales. Because just coming to Canada is going to make it more expensive already. What happened sometime, I don't know if it was the 80s or 90s, but sometime before it was relevant to me because I only was able to drink 10 years ago here. Essentially a bunch of beverage manufacturers, just large beer companies, asked the government of Ontario if they could just form their own store and they would be the people who handled beer sales, because beer sales took up a large amount of inventory space at the liquor control board stores. And so this is a government enforced private monopoly, which sucks ass.
Wow.
But what sucks ass even more is the fact that they have like a 10-year contract that the Ontario government has to spend well over $1 billion to break. And they want to do that so they can sell beer in corner stores. And this is something that they made every single member of provincial parliament spend their whole weekend doing, instead of passing any meaningful climate policy, because they cut the carbon tax that we had. They just got rid of it.
They gotta get that beer, baby.
They gotta get that beer, baby. When everything is melted, everywhere will be the beach.
Time to drink exactly one beer and call the members of parliament.
And call the members of provincial parliament.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Canada fucking sucks ass. It's real bad up here, and it's only gonna get worse. But you want to know something that Canada does have, Roy?
What does Canada have, Matt?
Canada has the only North American branch of the Garfield Eats franchise.
Yes! Give me the cat pizza news, Matt.
You can have the cat pizza because the store has opened. The store finally fucking opened in Toronto on June the 5th, but not before Justin fucking McElroy stole all our goddamn thunder by talking about Garfield Eats on Mabimbam, and now it's like a Mabimbam thing, and it's not an HKIP thing. We fucking did it first. Justin McElroy, come on our podcast, fight me IRL. I will go to fucking town.
Justin McElroy, retire, bitch.
But don't.
I never
like
thought
work.
I would say this. Do
I
not
love
retire,
your work,
bitch,
but Garfield Eats is ours. Anyway, apparently the pizza is hot fucking garbage. It's so bad. But, like, when I go to Toronto next week, I'm going to get some.
Please.
And so
please.
we will have first-hand reviews of the Garfield Eats Entergagement experience.
The Garfield Eats Entergagement review episode.
Yeah, coming from you straight from the HKIP offices.
This is what that Patreon money's going towards.
Of course, it's going to buy some Entergagement with Garfield the pizza-eating cat.
Love me, feed me, don't leave me. I couldn't figure out how to get that app off my phone for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, apparently it has some kind of spyware in it, I'm sure. It's fine. The things we do
for the course.
Yeah, no, this is the things we do for entertainment.
Oh yeah.
And then of course fucking Justin fucking McElroy.
New enemy of the show, Justin McElroy.
New enemy of the show, Justin McElroy. We didn't get any questions this week, except there is one from Anonymous that just says 3 episodes left.
I think I know what this is in reference to.
Yeah, it does appear...
It does appear...
that we are approaching the funny sex number.
We are dangerously close to the funny sex number.
Like, this is episode number 6. This is episode number 67. Right now that we are talking about.
Is it 67 or is it 66?
It's 67 because apparently we forgot to post 66 to the Tumblr, which is what I'm realizing right now.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep, there it is.
So,
oh man.
We're very, very quickly approaching the funny number, so we'll have to do something special for that one.
I just want to say Stephanie in the chat right now says, what if Henry dies for episode 69?
Okay, you want to know something even better? This is a theoretical that we'd have to go back in time to make happen, but if we never missed any weeks, we could have conceivably had episode 69 on 420.
Damn!
That could have happened. Like, we were really close to that happening.
Damn.
It's a shame. It's a shame. We'll have to make it on a
in another
cool
universe.
Yeah, in another universe.
Yeah.
In another universe, we had episode 69 on 420, and Henry Kissinger actually died that day from the spirit bomb we were charging. Because as we said, I am Goku.
Yeah, you are Goku, as it happens.
Yeah, we happen to be Goku. Want to move into Lightbringers?
Sure. I need to think of one, because I forgot this was a thing. Oh, before we do that, can I do a quick shout-out, actually?
Absolutely.
Because I heard about this, and this, the whole talk of the, women's soccer, kind of, protest kind of got me thinking about this.
Yeah.
So there's been, kind of a movement going on in Japan where, women, just kind of generally women office workers have been going, starting this, movement about, like, apparently in a lot of offices and workplaces in Japan, you're required to wear high heels. And
that's very stupid.
It's very stupid and very sexist. So women are kind of starting to fight against that, and they're trying to pass a resolution or a bill or something that makes it illegal for workplaces to require you to wear high heels, which would be good if that happens. So good on them. I think that's, it's good. I like to think about it and see it, so good on them.
Yeah, good on them, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Continuing my trend of making my Lightbringers all about podcasts I'm currently listening to. Most of the time I've been recommending specific episodes, but this time I just want to recommend the podcast, The Shrieking Shack.
All right.
Which is ZC and Liz recapping Harry Potter chapter by chapter. And so they always open the episodes with, like, talking about, like, current news and fandom and also just the dumb shit that J.K. Rowling's tweeting. And they always end the episode with some kind of game, usually, like, kind of a quiz format. And then they usually do, like, 2-3 chapters at a time, discuss, like, the themes, discuss how it compares. And then at the end of each book, they do each of the movies.
Hell yeah.
And I'm currently only as far as Chamber of Secrets, but, like, what's really amazing to me is that I don't already know these two hosts because they are the same flavor of online poisoned as we are. And so, like, I feel like we'd get along really well. And so, like, if you like the dumb shit that we say and you have also some passing memory of Harry Potter, I think you would enjoy their podcast. It's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
I feel like it definitely works best as a fan of the series because I feel like every Harry Potter fan at this point is a lapsed fan.
Yeah.
Because why would you still stan this universe? When J.K. Rowling said that wizards used to just poop in their pants, then disappear the poop.
Remember when she said that?
She did say that exact thing.
She did say that literally word for word verbatim.
She said that word for word verbatim. So yeah, The Shrieking Shack, it's very good. They're on Twitter at, they're at Shriekcast on Twitter.
Hell yeah. I think my Lightbringer is going to be, what is my Lightbringer going to be? My Lightbringer is going to be, I just found out yesterday that, one of my cousins has been doing, like, this really good chill hop, and I really like to listen to it. It's very good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so he goes, you can find it it's on Apple Music, it's on a bunch of stuff, it's on SoundCloud. But his little project is called hjkl. He's got one. Yeah, it stands for high jump kick something. I forget the last letter. He's working on another album right now, and my brother is actually going to be on the cover of it, which is cool.
Oh, sick.
Hell yeah, but he's got one that I've been listening to a lot, one EP called Takotsubo. It is from 2018. It's very good.
I'll definitely have to check that out. It sounds like precisely my shit.
It's extremely the good shit, so I'm into it. It's good. Good on my cousin, who I will not name, because he's not putting his name out there, so...
Yeah.
Just to, yeah.
Listen to those tunes.
Hell yeah.
So I'll make sure to remember to find a link to that as well to put in the episode description.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. This has been Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, Not a Threat, Just a Fact. You can find us online at HKIPGTD. That's Tumblr, that's Twitter, that's Facebook, that's our Gmail that I just checked because I had to use it to log into the Patreon. And we have so many unread emails, so I might actually go look at that for once.
Oh, God.
We have a Discord. You can find the link on the front page of noisespace.xyz, which is the podcast network on which we are hosted, courtesy of I do that. It's good. We have so many other shows on the network. Like, it primarily started as a place for, like, other hosts of, it started as a place to put my Pokemon podcast, which I swear to fucking God, I am going to restart it at some point. Don't worry, I will talk about Wooloo. That'll be a whole episode on its own. We'll talk about this goddamn sheep who I love, who will roll away at the slightest sign of danger, and it's Big Mood, and I love him so much, and if anything were to happen to him, I would kill everyone and then myself.
The Wooloo defense episode.
Yeah, and we also have a subreddit, thanks to Bisexual Punch Party for setting that up. And as I said before, we have a Patreon, and if you donate to our Patreon at the $1 level, you get all of our bonus content. That's stuff like pre-shows, which we don't have that often anymore, mostly because we try to get into it right away. And same with post-shows, is like when we're done the show, we're just really fucking tired.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to get more content on there soon. It's just been a really busy time for everyone. And also just, I don't know if you guys know this, but running a politics podcast is really emotionally draining.
Yeah, it's not great.
It doesn't seem like it would be as hard as it is to do, but it really fucking is. You're just really in the mud all the time. So we're thinking, we like, just to be like perfectly transparent about this, we are looking to try to switch up the format in some way that will make it easier on everyone, and we'll probably update the Patreon's like tiers and stuff like that while we work this stuff out. We'll definitely keep everyone appraised the whole time. If there's anything, any kind of stuff, like any kind of content you'd want to see from us, like feel free to suggest it, especially if you're a Patreon donor. Just say it in our inbox on Patreon, because we want to run this in a way that it's fun for everyone. Like, that's us and everyone who listens to the show.
Yep.
But as of now, the most recent thing is still the Storm of Swords Lightbringer, which is like 3 hours. Which actually, no, I don't actually know if that's up yet. Has that even been posted?
I think it has.
I'm just gonna go look at our posts and see if that's been posted.
Stephanie says it's not.
It is not posted yet.
Foolish.
So that is upcoming. Hey, that's new content that's going to show up soon. And it's covering some of the points of view, because we decided to split it up by point of view so it wouldn't be 3 hours. But oops, it was 3 hours anyway. So this will be coming at some point. And then also we're going to do more of those. So that is some guaranteed content coming up soon. I have a super secret project that I am planning to launch at some point soon.
Oh.
And it will absolutely be launching on our Patreon and someone else's Patreon.
Oh.
Exclusively for like at least a week before it gets a feed, if it ever gets a feed. We don't know what we'll do with it, but it's a super secret upcoming project that some people know about, because I don't remember who I've told things anymore. At the $5 level, you get a special role in our Discord. You get to see the channel where we suggest nicknames for each other, which is like, we don't use it all that often, but it is a very fun channel, because you get to just think of dumb shit.
Oh yeah. Arguably one of the better channels in Discord in general.
Yeah, it's like my favorite channel other than the Think a Phrase channel in my other Discord, which is literally just what dumbass phrase is stuck in your head. And yeah, you get the role of comrade, and you get to be red, which is cool.
Yeah.
Then we have the I gotta have the it tier. I feel like we don't name our tiers enough, because that's a really good one.
It's very good.
And that tier gets you special user status in our Discord. You get to be a Conrad, and you also get to listen to our live recordings, as we have, I think, 2 people doing right now.
Yep. This was kind of a not spur of the moment, but last minute scheduling. So,
yeah,
kind of a
it kind of just came out of came out of there. You had to see the absolute dumpster fire it is every week before we actually get to edit it. Which, like, for me, I don't know about how everyone else edits, but I am a fucking ruthless editor.
Oh, me. No,
I am big trim. Especially if I say something that sounds stupid, I will just cut that whole sentence and every sentence around it. Scorched earth policy. Get it fuck out of there.
Yeah, I haven't edited this podcast yet, but on my other podcast, I think I got like an hour and a half recording down to under an hour once, so that's
beautiful. I love to do that.
It's good.
The other thing that you get as a $5 and $10 patron is a shout out. So I'm going to read everyone's names off of the Patreon page, which does not make it easy, because you have to like click on the long names or hover over them to actually read them.
Yeah.
So we got Alex Shoup, Alex Hoot, Bernie Sandor Clegane, Bryant, Burgermeister, Kadeho, Chaz Goblin, David Besser, Destry Hawk, Dick Butt is the real Jesus, Dijonais, Dr. Activisionary, Ellen the Anarcho-Lalandist, Evan, Florian Siegel, fully automated luxury gay space Hellcat. I didn't even have to wait for that one to load, I just knew it. We got HKIPGTD Say I Love Wooloo. Way ahead of you, buddy.
Yep.
We have We have Kangaroo, Maximilian Rower, Michael Weems, Mogu, Nick Verne, Nick Clarkson, Non-Binary with Left Beef, Ollie Anders, Paul Blart Fleshcart, Pregnant Seinfeld, PR The Disaster, Siberian Pine Hardwood, Six Arm Sweater, Springa Zumba Kua Boingy Boingy, Stephanie Ruff, Summer Geist, The Tallest Jew, and Tufster McGee.
Thank you.
Thank you for the good names every week. I am also especially just glad for a Wooloo shout out. Like, I was planning on talking about Wooloo anyway.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking good, guys.
He's so good.
Like, all companies are bad, but the Pokemon Company gives me everything I want, and I sleep with 8 Pokemon plushes in my bed. So, like, I fucking live for this.
Hell yes.
I live for this shit.
Oh man, this week got me, like, missing the time after I finished my master's thesis back in 2015, and I had, like, nothing to do for 4 months, so I made up an entire Pokemon region.
Oh, fuck yeah, you gotta tell me about that. I run a Fakemon blog, goddammit.
Yeah! I gotta link you to I have all the shit on my Tumblr.
I have a whole fucking blog for this, Roy. God damn. It has way more followers than all my other blogs.
Matt! I made up,
Yes.
like, 200 of them.
Fuck! God damn.
I'll link you.
Yeah, so I'm Matt. You can find me on Twitter at MattGCN. I run 8 million other podcasts on this good little network we have here. So check them out. I like to guest on other people's podcasts. I will try to get on Cloud Recesses at some point.
Hell
but
yeah.
to be honest, I don't know what it's about, and honestly, at this point, I'm a bit afraid to ask.
You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
I will probably just watch the one thing I'm on for with no context, because I feel like that's the best way to do it. Just tell me what all these boys are doing.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm Roy. You can find me on Twitter at SemperFunny. I also do another podcast called Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, which is about the good Chinese anime and web serial novel of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. I love it. It's good.
Jack Dorsey, let Roy fuck Warlock's normal Twitter account out of Twitter jail, you bitch. I
miss being the fuck Warlock.
At the same time, Semper Funny.
Semper Funny.
Hey, remember how I got Solid Snake to say Semper Funny?
Remember when Solid Snake said Semper Funny?
Solid Snake said Semper Funny. I need to put it at the end of this episode because it's so fucking good.
Solid Funny said Semper Snake.
Semper Snake said Solid Funny. Somebody stump me. Okay, that's it.
Solid Snake said Semper Smokin'. Semper Smockin'.
Semper Smockin'. This has been Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die. Not a threat.
Just a fact.
Memento Pokemori, everyone.
Memento Pokemori.
Semper Funny.